Clark's explanation for choosing not to compete in Friday night's three-point contest.
I've been playing basketball for a year straight. It's not an easy thing to just show up to and shoot off of a rack. It's not something I've ever done before. It's not something I've had a lot of time to practice. I've been focusing on helping my team win games. So I think just, enjoying this break. I think there's going to be plenty of opportunities for me to do that at some point.
Okay, Paul, your reaction to Caitlin's explanation.
I mean, this goes along the lines of what we said last week. She's tired, Skip. Mm-hmm. She's tired. She's mentally and physically fatigued. Did you hear her? She said she's been playing basketball for a year straight.
And not just playing basketball, but carrying.
So
much of this, whatever level she's playing at.
From college to the pro, absolutely. And for her to get one little smidge of a break, let me not do this, because you got to understand, she's probably the #1 most media requested WNBA player. So this was just one more thing for them to talk about, for her to sit at another press conference, talk about this for the next 2 hours before, during, and after. She's mic'd up, got the All-Star game, and who knows what she deals with off the court. Commercials. I saw one of her commercials during the WNBA All-Star game. Local endorsements, stuff that we don't see, that's time-consuming. It gets to the point where you see that the light at the end of the tunnel is coming for a month-long break. She says, let me take this off. I'm just mentally fatigued, physically fatigued, and she's going to use this next 30 days to just get her bearings back. And you can hear it in her voice. Did she want to be there talking about why she's not playing in the three-point contest? Look at the type of questions she has to answer. She said no, and that's it. I mean, period. That can just fatigue you to where she could go home and sleep for 2 days straight without waking up, because just the darts and the hammers and the nails that been thrown at you, the criticism, the praise, and just all the hoopla can get to you. It just wears you down. It wears you down more than just getting out on the court, being mentally fatigued, to where I just need a break. And I heard it in her voice, and I seen it, and I understand it. So shout out to her for making this decision, because I know her probably endorsers wasn't happy about it. Nike, Gatorade, or whoever she endorses probably begged her to do it, and they probably gave her incentive to do it. There was no money that you could have gave her to do that because of being mentally fatigued.
Well, first of all, call me when we start forcing NBA players to be in the dunk contest, and then you can start picking at Caitlin Clark for not being in a three-point contest. So to act like there's no precedent for this is crazy to me. I thought the most important part of her quote that you just played was this idea of, I've never shot balls off a rack like that before. So when she's talking about, I need a break, it's not, I need a break for the 20 minutes that the three-point contest is going on. She's saying that all of the practice that she would need to do to be someone who could compete in the three-point contest. And by the way, she couldn't just waltz in and sort of, oh, you did fine, that's great. If she failed to win, basically, there would be a huge uproar of, oh, see, she's not that good,
media
that sort of thing.
Another blitz.
So the idea that because she's not used to shooting balls off a rack, and by the way, again, on the NBA side, we've seen this. We've seen players that we know are good three-point shooters who just can't master the rack, and it's partly about, the motion that you do.
No, it is difficult,
but it's also...
I participated in 2 of them. My first time I participated, I didn't practice at all. I thought I could just come out there and just grab it off the rack. It's a complete strategy. It's a complete difference from actually catching the ball in rhythm. And then the next time I practiced, I actually practiced this time. So I went around, and I wound up winning. As you can see, I went around winning the three-point contest my second time around. So I get it.
You?
Yeah, that's me. That's me. That's me. Yeah.
He's talking like this, so you know that it's him.
Oh.
No, but that's the
It's
point,
difficult.
Paul, is again, we're not talking about the 20 minutes that she would have been on the court. We're talking about all the time it would have taken to prepare for the level there would have been public pressure for her to be at, and she just didn't have it.
By the way, what happened in your first one when you did?
I made 9, Skip. I think it was an all-time low. It's one of the worst shooting performances. Up there with Jordan in the three-point contest.
Where was it? Do you remember?
My first one was in Philadelphia, my first All-Star game, and then that was in 2002.
Who won it? Do you remember? Don't worry if you can't.
Maybe 2002 could have been Peja Stojakovic, somebody like that, or Ray Allen. I think. No, I'm not 100% sure. I came in dead last, Skip. I was done in the first round.
But you practiced one time around before you won it?
Before I won it, I went around like 3 or 4 times. I practiced.
But at the
arena. At the arena.
And
at
you
the
practiced
practice
before that, too.
Before that, the facility. Because the second time around, it was like, you want to go in there. They had a practice gym for us. So I went around, timed it, did it again a couple more times before I went out.
Okay.
It's a big difference.
All right. So I hear everything you both said. I was just, as a fan of hers, I was disappointed she couldn't participate just on the surface of it.
Right.
But she came in, by her standards, a terrible three-point shooting slump, and that didn't help. She was 17 for her last 65. That's 26%. Then she proceeds to go 0 for 7 in the Saturday night game, but this was on Friday night. And yet, I'm trying to get used to the fact that I thought she was Steph Curry and she's John Stockton, or at least she's morphing into that so far. And maybe that'll change and balance up at some point where she'll be Steph plus Stockton. That'd be pretty sensational. That could be goatish, right? Okay. But I was surprised that she wouldn't say, gee, I owe it to the game, because I don't want to be a hypocrite, because to your point, I've criticized LeBron since his first year in the league. You just got to, especially in the first 5 years, just do one. Just do one. And I would always be told by people in the camp, he's not a contest dunker. He's a he's a game dunker. Okay, just do one. You'll be okay. I know you can, because dunks don't slump, right? You can't be in a dunk slump. I don't think. I've never known anybody who's in a dunk slump, right? Just come out and dunk, right? And if you come out and power, I've seen LeBron do some tomahawks and some 360s in games where I say, that'd fly. I'm pretty sure. If it's LeBron James, you go out there, and again, the big difference between the dunk contest and the three-point contest is the three-point, you can't fake it, man. There are no judges. It either goes in or it does not go in, right? It's cut and dried. You can see it with your own eyes. There's no wiggle room for judges. But just like the three-point contest, the dunk contest, you actually have to practice your dunks. No, now there you have to really, especially the more advanced it got, to the Dwight Howard cupcake dunk and all that.
You can't just come out here and wing it like you used to.
Like jumping over a car.
I think at some point LeBron said, well, I just can't compete with that, because you got to come up with gimmicks and you got to come up with skits and okay, all right, I get that. I was just surprised, because to me, shooters shoot, and I thought she was so, like in a good way, arrogant about her ability to shoot. I thought she'd just say, I don't even need to, I'll come out. But I get what you're saying about the racks, because it's a whole different side motion right here. You're not used to shooting like this. Yeah. You're not. And then there's no catch and shoot. There's no dribbling.
You're under the clock.
Yeah. Oh, you got to go.
You have to decide when to shoot the bunny ball and when not to. Those decisions on the fly are something that you have to prepare for and plan out.
Yeah.
Again, she is tired. It has been affecting her shot. It has been affecting her. And I agree that it would be great for the game and for fans of hers if she competed in the three-point contest. But to me, she doesn't owe. She's already paid in full in terms of what she's given the game, and will be continuing to do that. And we talk a lot about the physical strain on her with playing basketball for a full year. I have been floored by her ability to handle all of the attention on her.
She's done phenomenal.
Always say the right thing. I mean, people, it's rare to do that.
She works hard to say the right thing, to avoid controversy.
She has been an inspiration for literally millions of girls.
Yeah.
So to take...
Yet
it's okay to not do everything all at once.
It was intriguing to me that all of a sudden she randomly blurts out, this was after the Saturday night game, she got her eardrum busted, got ruptured in a game against at Liberty on June 2nd, and they had a 5-day break, and then she was okay to play the next game. But I'm thinking the team should announce that, because she deserved for that to be announced, because she's taking some shots here. I think we have the right one here, where she just, I think it's like head-to-head, where she banged heads,
what do you
banged
mean?
ears.
Eardrum burst. What does that mean?
Just busted the drum burst. I've had mine burst by this thing in my ear right now.
So that you can't hear out of it? Or what is, I don't...
Yeah.
It lose some hearing or something?
You definitely lose some hearing. Yeah,
wow.
but it'll just heal on its own. But, but again, she's taken some beating, man, because they have gone after her, right?
Absolutely. She's a target. I mean, what you've done for the game, of course. So let her take a break. Kaylin, much deserved, needed break.
Yeah.
You know, for selfish reasons, we wanted you out there, but it's okay. You've been a gift to this game.
I hope she's on some island somewhere as we speak, just chilling, right?
Yeah, somewhere quiet.
Okay.